This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, December the 6th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. There's a look at the temperature trace from my weather station in Helena. Interesting, the temperature began to fall yesterday afternoon, as you would expect, but shortly after sunset, the temperature drop leveled off. So interesting trace as we saw the sort of a beginning to the warming trend. On our surface map, we have high pressure that is still influencing the eastern third of the country. We have a bit of a front draped across the central U.S., and that front will be moving by us later tonight and into early Monday, and that front will come through dry. In the upper atmosphere, we do have, associated with that front, we do have an upper level trough that is moving through the central plains, and that trough will be scooting by rather quickly tomorrow, but because the atmosphere is so dry, we're not going to see much other than clouds. The temperatures this morning, once again, vary quite a lot. Most areas in central Alabama in the lower 40s, but I noticed Tuscaloosa is down at 38. Even Fort Payne is around 43, so temperatures beginning to come up. On the watch warning map, not a great deal to deal with this morning. We do have some dense fog and some ice fog around the eastern Great Lakes area from Ohio into Pennsylvania, and we do have a few winter weather advisories in the extreme northwestern United States, but otherwise the weather is rather tranquil across the United States. Our quantitative precipitation forecast, QPF, showing not much rain, and most of that rain coming, the threat of it coming late in the period. I'm going to stick my neck out just a little bit and continue with dry weather until late Friday and into Saturday. All right, let's get to the 06Z GFS model run. And there's our surface map for today at noon, and we have that high-pressure system. We can also see the front coming through the lower Mississippi River Valley. That front will jig along pretty fast as it moves into the southeastern U.S. on Monday. And in the upper atmosphere, we can see the trough coming by as that is associated with the surface front. But again, because it's the atmosphere is so dry, we're not going to see much in the way of any precipitation and just maybe a few clouds. For Tuesday, the trough is off the New England coast, but we're watching another one come in. It's going to be a bit of a continual parade of these things, one after the other. And that one moves by very quickly also on Wednesday. And once again, I think the atmosphere is pretty dry, so we expect it to come through dry. There's a look at the surface low over the Great Lakes with the front trailing down into the southeastern U.S. Our precipitable water map, once again, everything that is purplish and brown is actually dry atmosphere. So once again, I think we're going to see nothing but a few clouds. Thursday, the next trough in the series is coming through the western Great Lakes area. But that one's going to stay pretty far north, and the one we need to be worried about is the one coming in on the west coast and moving into the southwestern United States on Friday. As that digs in, it's going to pump up the ridge over the eastern half of the country. So when we get out to Saturday, we can see we have a really sharp ridge and a deep trough coming into the West Texas area. And that is going to help to tap into Pacific moisture. And in addition to that, with the high pressure moving off the Southeast U.S. coast, we're going to see a ramping up of surface moisture as the flow goes around to southerly. So I think our best chances for rain are going to come Saturday and into early Sunday. Now, there are some differences. There's a look at what the European thinks is going to happen. The European continues to be a little slower. Now, interestingly enough, the European is still slower than the GFS, but the two are much closer together on the timing. And I think that this time of year, the flow being fast, I think the GFS may have a little better handle on that timing. But again, they're kind of converging on a better solution. The trough definitely moves into our vicinity on Sunday, and that will be dragging the cold front with the surface low up over the Great Lakes and a surface front coming through our area on Sunday. So I think if the timing is right, I think we'll see the rain end for us during the day on Sunday. We'll have to watch the possibility of severe weather. The Cape values right now are suggesting that it will be pretty much non-existent. We may hear a little thunder But we'll have to watch that because, after all, we are still in the middle of early and middle December, and that's still part of our fall severe weather season. So we'll be watching for those kind of developments. Looking out into Voodoo Country, the continual parade of troughs remains with us. According to the GFS, we have another one around the 15th, 16th of December, and then we see yet another one around the 19th, 20th of December. Right now, Christmas is just too far out for us to really say much about, but of course, climatology tells us that the likelihood of a white Christmas is extremely low. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for today. James Spann will have the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, I'd like to thank the Parade Committee in Helena for having me MC the 45th Annual Helena Christmas Parade. Yesterday, we had great weather, fabulous crowd, and a great parade. So hope to look forward to doing that again next year. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day, and Godspeed.